Class 9th English Reading Chapter number 2 Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai. Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai, who is lovingly called Lal Latif lovingly by his devotees, was a noted Sindhi Sufi scholar, mystic, saint and poet. Sindhi Sufi scholar, mystic. He is considered as the greatest Muslim poet of the Sindhi language. Information about the life of Bhittai has mostly been collected from oral traditions. Oral traditions. A renowned Pakistani scholar, educationist and writer of plays, dramas and stories, Mirza Khalij Beg is said to have collected details about the early life of Shah Bhittai from some of the old people living at that time. These people had heard these facts from their fathers and grandfathers, some of whom had seen Shah Latif in person and had even spoken to him. As a Sufi poet, Latif's Urs is held at his shrine every year on 14 Safar, the second month of the Muslim calendar. Thousands of people gather and listen to the sad song sung on tamburo. Many learned men read papers that tell about Latif's life and his poetry. Some of the key aspects shared by different scholars about Lal Latif are given below. Background and family. Shah Latif's ancestral roots lay in Afghanistan. Some historians say that the Shah's father, Sayyid Habib Shah, migrated from Matiaru, his ancestral home in Afghanistan, to Bhainpur in Sindh in order to gain spiritual contact with Bilawal, a local pious man. Others say that his ancestors migrated to Sindh from Herat. Sindh was then a center of Muslim culture, and Shah Latif's ancestors liked it so much that they decided to make it their home. The name Bhittai. In 1742, Shah Latif left his home and went to live on a mound at some distance from his village. A mound of sand is called Bhit in Sindhi due to the fact that he lived on this mound for the rest of his life. Shah Latif came to be known as the Saint of Bhit. To this day, he is famous all over the country as Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai or Shah Latif of the Mound. Early life and education. Shah Bhittai was born in 1689 AD, 14th Safar 1102 AH in a small village called Hala Haveli, a few miles to the east of the present town of Bhit. Shah Latif was raised during the golden age of Sindhi culture. His first teacher was Akhund Noor Muhammad Bhattai, but mainly he was self-educated. Although Although he received little formal education, the Risalo provides proof that he knew Arabic and Persian quite well. Arabic and Persian quite well. Various references various references in Shah Jo Risalo indicate that He had in-depth knowledge of the Holy Quran and the Hadiths. His poetic collections included the Masnavi and Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi and Shah Karim's poems. Youth. Young Latif had a very sensitive mind. While he was only a boy, he started composing poetry. His admiration for the beauty of the nature filled his heart with the love of God. In 1713, the Sufi poet married with Bibi Sahida Begum. Bibi Saida Begum. His wife died at an early age before he could have any children. However, Shah never married again. His heart turned more and more towards religion and devotion, and he felt restless. He found it difficult to live a normal domestic life. A normal domestic life. Spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. Latif's love of God grew more and more, and to the extent that he found pleasure only in devotion. As a result, he spent most of his time in prayers and deep thinking. His spiritual power grew stronger, grew stronger with prayers and devotion, so much so that people began to be attracted towards him. Anyone who came to him was strongly impressed by his gentle ways, and his followers increased day by day. Close to the mound on which Lal Latif came to live in a natural lake, his poetic nature loved the calm atmosphere. He would spend much of his time sitting on the bank of this lake. As he sat there, he prayed to God and sometimes composed verses in his praise. Death and remembrance. Death and remembrance. Lal Latif died in 1752 on the mound where he had lived. He was buried on the same mound. It is said that one day he ordered the musicians to play music. They played continuously for 3 days. When they stopped playing, they found the poet dead. A famous king of Sindh, Ghulam Shah Kalhodo, was so devoted to him that he built a grand mausoleum over his grave. Built grand mausoleum over his grave. The lovely white dome of the shrine represents the purity and dignity of Latif. His devotees collected his poetry, and this collection is called the Risalo of Shah Abdul Latif. Every year, the devotees celebrate his Urs, which commences on 14 Safar and lasts for 3 days. Shah Latif's poetry. Shah Abdul Latif was a sensitive, gentle, and kind soul. He was a Sufi in the true sense of the word. The word Latif literally means fine, delicate, tender, elegant, and light. This meaning is truly reflected in both his poetry and his personality. Moreover, he was a poet of the people, so he wrote in the language of the common man. In his poems, he writes mainly about Sindh and its regions. Neighboring regions. However, he also mentions distant cities, distant cities such as Istanbul and Samarkand, and also talk about Sindhi sailor Samundi, their techniques, their navigational techniques, and their voyages as far as the Malabar coast, Sri Lanka, and the island of Java. He is the translation of one such verse. Clouds return and once again it rains. Lightning flashes from all sides, and with it some go to Istanbul, others turn to the west. Some shine bright over China, and others take care of Samarkand. Some wander to Rome, to Kabul and Kandahar. Some lie on Delhi, Deccan, thundering over. My beloved Allah, may you always make Sindh a land of abundance. My beloved Allah, may you make prosperous the whole universe. Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai, Sur Sarang Shahjo Risalo. His collected poems have been compiled in Shahjo Risalo, which has been translated into English, Urdu, and other languages. His spiritual and mystic poetry, carries a message of love which makes it universal and acceptable to the entire human race. Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai is always will be remembered for his great poetry with love and reverence.